Rhino is being inducted into the TNA Hall of Fame. Well deserved. And it got me to thinking of the very first Bound for Glory event. The very first one to where Rhino won the NWA World title. And thinking about it, watching it back, it got me reminiscing. And I'm like, of all people, Rhino won the world title? No disrespect to Rhino. I mean, he is your very last official ECW world champion. We don't count all those other reigns during the mid-2000s. And he's believable, he's intense, he's passionate. That's all cool. He has one of the best finishers, in my opinion, the best spear of any spear. Yes, yeah, I'm talking to you, Adam Copeland, Goldberg, Roman, all of y'all. He has the best spear, I think, of all time. In the words of Paul Heyman, the gore, gore, gore. And with all that being said, it got me thinking, man, you could have picked other people to win the world title other than Rhino, but then I had to remember Rhino wasn't even supposed to win the world title because the main event, the scheduled main event in the year of our Lord back there in 2005 was Kevin Nash challenging the NWA champion in JEFF, JARRETT, Jeff Jarrett. I'm like, wait, that was the main event of Bound for Glory 2005. Kevin Nash versus Jeff Jarrett? What is this, TNA or WCW 2000? I'm like, ain't nobody want to see that shit. Ain't nobody want to see Jeff Jarrett versus Kevin Nash. What would y'all smoking? Would you in a car ride with RVD and Sabu? What was y'all on? And it really got me thinking, like, oh yeah, that is right. This reminds me of WCW, to where they had a lackluster main event and a phenomenal roster in mid-card. Oh yeah. TNA during that time in the mid-2000s, I think, was the best promotion because you had actual professional wrestlers and not sports entertainers, and their greatest division was the X division, which means no limits. Either you get it or you don't. And you had guys like AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Petey Williams, you had Eric Young, Robert Roode, Team Canada, you had AMW, you had Triple X, you like, oh my God, Elix Skipper. You had an abundance of great, talented, hungry, passionate, talented wrestlers. And again, you made the main event Kevin Nash versus Jeff Jarrett in your very first Bound for Glory, which will end up being your biggest event of the company. And I'm like, So because Kevin Nash pulled a Kevin Nash and decided not to show up, probably because he wasn't going to win that night, they had to scramble to figure out, well, who we're going to main event this show. So what they did was have Rhino not only wrestle in his scheduled match, which was Monsters Ball, you then put him in a battle royal to win the number one contendership, then go on to face Jeff Jarrett to beat Jeff Jarrett for the world title, which completely makes Jeff Jarrett look like a complete goober. It's like, wait a minute, you could have beat a guy that wrestled not only one of the most extreme matches in Monsters Ball, but also was in a battle royal and also then had to face you. You could have beat that guy? And I'm not crying or caping for Jeff Jarrett because I feel like him becoming world champion for so long and holding the world title hostage for so long really did TNA a disservice, because there were so many guys that you could put the world title on to be the face of the company over Jeff Jarrett. And that brings me to the video I'm doing today, which is rebooking the very first, the inaugural Bound for Glory in 2005. With that being said, let's go. So we're going to start off Bound for Glory 2005 in no other fashion than with a Ultimate X match. An Ultimate X match, which is different from any other match I've seen. You have to scale this big X to get the X, to earn a shot at the X Division title. In this match, it will be Petey Williams versus Chris Sabin versus Matt Bentley. Yes, the same exact match we actually got out of Bound for Glory with the same exact winner in Petey Williams. And the reason why Petey Williams wins is because, have you seen the Canadian Destroyer? Yeah, that's why Petey Williams is winning the X and going to be the #1 contender for the X Division title. But against who? As the following match will be for the X Division title. And when I think of the X Division, I think of a couple guys, but the anchor of the X Division, in my opinion, has always been the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels. And if he's going to face anybody, he should face, in my opinion, one of the most athletic guys, not only in the X Division, but within the entire company, within the entire wrestling world, with Elix Skipper. Prime time, baby. Good friends turned better enemies, former Triple X faction members and mates, as Elix Skipper has been chasing not only the X Division title, but has been trying to beat Christopher Daniels all year. And this is his last shot at facing Christopher Daniels for the X Division title. If he does not win here, he can never challenge for it again. But this won't be any type of match. This will be a 30-minute Iron Man match. Yes, Christopher Daniels versus Elix Skipper in a 30-minute Iron Man match. And the winner of that match will be...
Just say it! Say my name! Prime time, baby!
Prime time, baby. Elix Skipper. It boggles my mind and it baffles me that Elix Skipper never won a singles title in TNA. This is one of the most gifted athletes in your entire company. You don't give him a singles title? Robbery. Like, that is blasphemy. But we're going to do it today, as Elix Skipper is your new X Division champion, and will go on to face Petey Williams following Bound for Glory. Oh, we eating. We eating. Following this match, we have Full Metal Mayhem with Raven versus Sabu versus Rhino versus Jeff Hardy. Yes, now some of you might be looking like, well, what happened to the Monsters Ball match and what happened to Abyss? Trust me, you'll find out soon. And Monsters Ball and Full Metal Mayhem is basically the same match. It's Extreme Rules, no holds barred, anything goes, falls count anywhere match. So you get these four crazy summer bitches to fly off everything, go through tables and all that still. And I'm going to add some little razzle dazzle to this as well, as the winner of this match will get a #1 contendership for the NWA World title following Bound for Glory. And the winner of this match will be the Man Beast, Rhino. I never said I didn't like Rhino. I just felt like he shouldn't have won the world title at this event. But he will get a chance to challenge for it. But again, against who? In the semi-main event, we get the Battle of the Alpha Males. Monty Brown versus Samoa Joe. As these two are trying to find out who is the true alpha male of TNA. As by this point, Samoa Joe has been undefeated since his arrival in TNA. And in my universe, Monty Brown has yet to be pinned or submitted in TNA. If we go all the way back to his match with Jeff Jarrett for the TNA World Championship, I would have had Monty Brown win that title. Yeah, because Monty Brown, y'all, man, I could do a whole video. I might do a whole video on, man, Monty Brown, for those that don't know, was special, dog. He was different. He was unique. Like, he was a specimen. Like, just his interest alone, and then him just sniffing sniffing the top rope once he got into the ring. His mannerisms was looking all over like he's an animal in the jungle. Like, bruh. And has one of the most craziest, impactful moves with the Pausa. Period. You want to talk about it? Monty Brown had it. And it baffles my mind. He was never given a world title and was the face of TNA. Because, like I said, he had that charisma, that it factor, that he was must watch anytime he was on the screen, bruh. Backstage, in the ring, no matter what he did, he was must see, dog. Like Jeff Jarrett, man. In the ring committee, y'all suck. But yeah, I would have had Monty Brown, the alpha male, defeat Jeff Jarrett for the world title in late 2004 and carry that title all the way up to Slammiversary, then lose it in the King of the Mountain match and go from there to still be not defeated by pin or by submission. So now this is a test to see who is the true alpha male. Samoa Joe, the Samoan submission machine, versus the alpha male Monty Brown, tearing the house down, and the winner would be Samoa Joe by chokeout. As Monty Brown was not pinned and he did not submit, but he was choked out. As Samoa Joe continues his undefeated streak, as Monty Brown for the first time actually gets defeated in the ring. And in your main event of the evening, it is for the NWA World Championship. The challenger.
He weighed in this morning at 210 pounds and comes to us from Gainesville, Georgia. He is TNA Wrestling's only Grand Slam champion, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
I feel like I'm going to repeat myself again. I do not understand how they had AJ Styles have a 1 month reign with the world title only for him to lose it 3 weeks later in King of the Mountain match after beating Jeff Jarrett at Sacrifice. I do not understand that, or whatever that show was called. Like, how do you do that? AJ Styles, in my opinion, was the most prolific professional wrestler and the best in the world in 2005. As much as I love Kurt Angle, as much as I love Shawn Michaels, AJ Styles was Timothy. Do you understand? When it comes to wrestling games, people want to do his moveset, to him in the ring, doing crazy stuff that we've never seen before. AJ Styles was truly him. How do you not build the entire company around him? That is insane that they didn't do that till way later on. But they should have did it here in 2005, man. So yeah, AJ Styles is challenging for the world title in a steel cage match. But not just any steel cage match. A Monsters Ball steel cage match, as there will be weapons surrounding the ring, surrounding the cage, as he will be facing your champion.
Gus, didn't I tell you I'd make you champion? Didn't I tell you you'd have that belt in your hands? The world is yours. The world is yours. You're the real world champion.
Am I going to be a broken record? Abyss, who also should have been given a proper run as the monster heel in TNA. When people were comparing him to Kane and Mankind, I'm like, no. Abyss is way different than both of them. Well, he's kind of like Mankind and Foley, I'm not going to lie to you. But like he was He had like the athleticism and courage and risk-taking ability like a Foley with the presence of a Kane. He was the best of both worlds. And he had James Mitchell as his manager. Abyss, especially like by 2005, bruh. Dog, again, another person that had that it factor, that must-see TV that you, anytime he was on your screen with him spitting on the camera with the chains and the fire and the theme and the do, bringing the tax out, going through tables, putting people through tables, like, bruh. And don't even get me started on how they just killed his character in 2010 once Hogan and his boys got there. But I'm not even going to do a video on that because I'll burn this whole thing down. But yes, it is AJ Styles, your challenger, versus Abyss, your champion, in a Monsters Ball steel cage match. And in this match,
From the top. Unbelievable. He hit the spiral down. Spiral down. AJ. He won. Count 1, 2. He's down. New champion. New champion. He hit him with the spiral down.
AJ Styles becomes your new NWA World Champion. And that's your lasting shot of your very first inaugural Bound for Glory, biggest event of the year, biggest event of your company, crowning AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, as your world champion. And that's how Bound for Glory 2005 should have went down.
I'm the best. I'm the best in the world.